Hello, dear Leos, and welcome to your second half of May readings with me. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. Let's see what's in store for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Remember, these are general readings, okay? And I urge you to also check your Sun, Moon, and Rising, whatever it is. Your sign. All right, so let's get started for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This time a bit of a challenging energy. The third week of May, you seem to be bothered, my dear Leos. And what are you bothered about? Either you are feeling a bit under the weather, either it's that your energy levels are quite down, or it is that you receive news about somebody's health and you're a bit bothered about that. It can be your health, or it can be the health of a loved one or a relative that is going to weigh a bit on your mind at this point of time. Or it can also be just news that is coming in and you start wondering, with what is happening in the world, everybody is a bit affected, right? But then what can we do? We can just keep our peace inside of us, right? Instead of, when we, each of us cultivate the peace inside, we can emit it to the whole world. So let's not get taken into those wars that are happening. Let's stay inside of us, grounded, and try to see how do you find your safe place inside of you first, and then of course you have to arrange for things. So there can be some things that you are bothered about at this point of time and you're not happy about it, or rather you're worried about it. But worry never leaves, or rather leads you anywhere. Okay, a rocking chair, you get nowhere, right, my dear Leos? And I also see that in the third week, for some of the Leos, it can be money matters that are pressing upon you now. For some of you, it can also be for the Leo students, it can also be that, oh, now, I was supposed to appear for this exam, but it has been postponed. Or my results, I should have got this much of grade, but I didn't get that much. So, you are just a bit troubling yourself. But whatever happens, happens for a reason. We need to learn from it, my dear Leos, okay? So just be careful in the third week. Take good care of your health is what I can say. Of course, there is a bit of a challenging energy, my dear Leos, but I do see that you have the vitality inside of you. You have the capacity inside of you to overcome all of this, my dear Leos, okay? You want to strengthen your bond, your relationship with your loved one. In that case, I have got a free Zodiac Compatibility report for you. It will help you to improve your relationship with the Zodiac sign psychology. So if you're interested, you can find the link in the description box below and you can download it for free. Then we go to the last week. Now the last week's energy also is not very, rosy, all right? It's an energy wherein you can have heated debates with some people. There can be someone who can provoke you or who can accuse you of things that you never did. And if you haven't done it, why should you get provoked also? It's okay. It's their problem. Whatever, they say doesn't hold any importance because you haven't done anything like that. So just leave it at that, Don't waste your energy is what I can tell you. The last week I also see for some of the Leos is something regarding administrative papers that comes in. Some law has changed, something has changed. So again, you have to go through the pain of making papers and you don't like it. For some of you is that. For some of you it is again finances that are playing an important role over here, and somebody's asking you for help, financial help, maybe your children, maybe your parents, maybe your partner, but you are unable to provide that, so you're not feeling very fine and you're not getting any help about it. So you are feeling a bit like helpless, okay? But don't worry, my dear Leos, in due time you will get the proper help and support that you require. It's just that you're going through a particular phase. So when a phase is bad, my dear Leos, the best thing is that we don't make it worse, all right? Let it just be bad. Don't add to it and make it worse. So take it in your stride and let it go by, all right? Even when you're not feeling fine in the last weeks of May, if you don't feel fine, don't keep worrying and adding to the tensions on your body. Instead, give it rest and, let it re-energize itself. Heal yourself like that, okay, my dear Leos? So don't get really worried and add or exaggerate what doesn't exist, all right? And in the last week also, those little problems that arise in everybody's lives, they arise, okay? Life is like that. And nowadays we are having even bigger things, but we have to now say these are little problems because we are put in a time zone where everything is happening and we have to be ready for everything, right, my dear Leos? So, well, if you are getting into that experience front much earlier than others, you'll be very happy because you will sort these things out much more before than the others, right? So take it in a positive stride, whatever comes in the last week. And yes, there is an energy of conflict here with some near and dear ones. So, conflicts, of course, they have to come because not everybody has the same opinion. Everyone has different opinion on everything, right? So we cannot expect, okay, you should and you must have the opinion just like me, then we are friends, otherwise we are not friends. No, that doesn't exist, right? So over here this kind of things can happen and then Leos roar, right? So this kind of energy can happen even for my Leo students. This can happen with your friends. You don't agree on something, you start fighting, and then what's happening? Waste of energy is taking place. Instead, use that energy for something constructive and do something constructive that will pay you off later on, okay? So just do that. This is what they say, when people start throwing lemons at you, well, make a lemon juice and start drinking it. Is good for vitamin C, right? It's vitamin C your body needs, and will be fixed very well in the body also after. So just do that, my dear Leos, okay? And whatever the problems arise, they will be getting sorted out. Just as I said, don't exaggerate what is not supposed to be exaggerated. Stay cool, stay calm. I'm asking a Leo to stay cool and calm. That's not yours. That's not your cup of tea. But sometimes we do have to, just look at a whiteboard or a paper, just look at that. Sometimes when I'm feeling like that, I have a room which I've painted completely white. I go and sit over there and I just look at the wall. Just I stare at the wall, and it's so meditative and so calming. That color white, when it reflects, and it kind of creates a kind of a heavenly feeling, and your mind becomes blank over there, and that is what sometimes we need, my dear Leos, okay? So take good care of yourself, your health, and that of your loved ones, and leave tomorrow's worries to tomorrow. All right, my dear Leos? So thank you very much for listening. Please do like, share, and comment, and I shall see you next month. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless.